that I don't care. Hi guys, so this is a video I want to make once and once only. I feel like I've already explained this at the time that this incident happened, but I want to talk now about kind of the fallout effects of what happened between my husband and I. I don't really want to talk about what happened, but I want to talk about the reactions to what happened. I know the internet is forever.
See that? That is a very pissed off face.
And these kind of reactions will probably never totally go away.
And that is a very exasperated face.
And I don't expect that. But I'm here to say that I don't care. That I don't care. That I don't care. Who just continue to visit my page, and if I have content with my husband, which of course I'm going to do, he's a big part of my life, which of course I'm going to do, he's a big part of my life.
See that? That is a very guilty face.
I don't care if you don't want to see him. And who's we? I want to see him.
We are the thousands of people who subscribe to your channel. Are you telling us that you don't care about our opinions whatsoever? Wouldn't be the first or last time. This face? This is the face of someone who doesn't give a shit.
I totally blamed him more because the other person involved is just a fake, two-faced clout chaser.
Why do you always think that other people's motives are either clout or money? Is that because they are your motivations, infamy or money? Maybe they, initially, wanted to expose the man who approached them first as a cheater and then took advantage of the situation for notoriety.
I evaluated our relationship. You even seen in those text messages between them that he's never done this before.
Do you know who the kind of person who says, "I've never done this before," is? The kind that says things like that to flatter the other person and to make them feel special, unique, wanted, even though it isn't true. You know, to make the other person feel really desired. Did Salah say you were the first woman he contacted on Tinder, or that he had never felt this way before, by any chance?
And I'm kind of understanding of the situation.
You're kinda understanding the situation because you cheated on people you loved also? In fact, you were worse because you physically cheated on them? Okay, cool. How many years had you been with that person you loved? Didn't you say it was towards the end of 2 long-term relationships and that you had basically fallen out of love with them? Because with Salah, it was just under a year and it was with a friend of yours. And he suggested that they do things he'd never suggested to you and invited her to your home. Also, may I just add that Salah asked her how much money she made, which is a weird question to ask anyone you're flirting with, unless you take into account some recent accusations. Also, he asked her whether she wanted or had kids, which must have hurt. Also, may I add, that Salah, thinking that he would never be exposed, your accomplice, he's not your husband, is an idiot.
I was younger.
This face? This is the face of someone who feels shame and guilt. Bitch, stop. You were in your mid-30s, older than Salah.
This was many years ago.
Many. 8 years ago max. Not exactly an eon ago. Hardly a lifetime. Doesn't even account for a quarter of the time you've been alive.
Then I've never done it again. I've never done it again. I've had the opportunities to, and I've never done it again.
With all due respect, and from the bottom of my heart, bullshit. You've never had the opportunity to cheat again. Not with Nada, who said you weren't even together, nor with Salah. You're in Kuwait and you never leave your home.
So I've grown up in regards to that.
As we say here in the UK, pull the other one.
There's, things that about the situation that have made us stronger communication wise.
Us Brits also say, give over, or you're kidding, right?
And we've moved on.
Sure you have. Didn't you say you track his phone and know where he is at all times?
The content, I'm sure, is shocking, but it was consensual. So people need to stop defaming and saying he's, a predator or this and that. There's so many different interests that people have. 10 times worse than that.
Let's just take a minute to address this, shall we? We have a scat fetish. Desecration of religious icons, which is against the law in Kuwait if the icon is from one of the Abrahamic faiths like Islam, Judaism and Christianity, and a desire to perform simulated non-consensual acts. Sure, there's worse, but these aren't exactly what many people would bloody call ideal, are they?
So it's not predatory behavior. He's never hurt a fly. He's never harmed me in any way other than this incident. And that's why I chose to forgive him, because we have a solid marriage.
Look at the facial expression immediately after saying that they have a solid marriage. I'm going to repeat that clip without audio and slowed down significantly. Please note the facial expression and the very deep gulp.
And it was a side of him he felt he had to hide from me. He didn't want to expose to me.
Two things. It is a side to him, and it's not out of respect that he doesn't share his deepest, darkest desires with you. It's out of shame, yes, but also because he doesn't trust you to understand or try to, and or he thinks you'll judge him and get very angry.
Things like this commonly happen in relationships.
Statistics on cheating in marriage include about 20% of men and 13% of women have reported being unfaithful to their spouse. 30 to 60% of married couples will cheat at least once in the marriage. 74% of men and 68% of women admit that they'd cheat if it was guaranteed that they would never get caught. However, Foodie, according to studies, men are most likely to cheat after 11 years of marriage, while women get the itch between 7 and 10 years of wedded bliss, not in slightly less than 1 year of marriage.
And we are determined to make this marriage work because we love each other. And we're together out of love.